Good morning. It happened that I'm recording in the mornings when it's raining outside here in the Vancouver area, and I want to talk about those people who set a mindset regarding to rain. According to the popular belief that rain makes you sad or depressed, people self-induce this type of state of mind, and they see that it's raining outside, they automatically assign a meaning to the rainy day. Or it's not a good day, it's a bad day, it's going to be nasty, it's a sad day or something like that. And of course, if you tell yourself something, if you tell yourself a lie, you start to believe it, because the brain is separated in different compartments. Some of the logical thinking, some of the computational, some of the area, some centers process the senses information, then subgroups. This is the vision center, auditory center, smell center, all that stuff. So it's very compartmentalized, so the information is localized, processed, and it goes to the higher hierarchy levels. I'm sorry for this freaking wipers. I'm going to stop by a parts store to get different wipers today, because I'm really annoyed. And now I can talk. No, I cannot talk. I can talk now. So it doesn't get me mad. It's just I feel bad to have this annoying sound in the recording. But otherwise, I'm okay. I'm good with the sound. Otherwise, I would replace this one long. I would have replaced this one long ago. And so, if I look at those people who are sad or depressed more often during the rainy days, so people have some sort of a balance in body balance, physical body balance, and mental balance. So you can push these systems around a little bit. Some people are more resilient. You can let's say try to put down and bully someone who has a very, very stable mind, like people who can meditate often, who are in a good mental balance. You know, it's very hard to take those people out of that balance, so they won't get mad. You know, next day they will be still happy. And same thing for the body balance. They are healthy, very, very healthy people, and every system in their bodies is very, very healthy and reliable. And let's say a disease come in, or an injury, something like that, the body recovers very fast, or those protective mechanisms are very good. The immune system kicks in, get rid of the intruders, and the body is still in balance. But if some bigger force comes in, it might take that body out of balance. But for weak people, like older people, kids, people who have weak systems, those who are not active, who don't train their internal organs and systems to keep the body in balance, those, they require just a tiny impulse to get them outside of that equilibrium. You see people who get sick very, very often and very easy, because the bacteria are around all the time. The other factors, let's say stress, you see all the times. but we don't realize until we get sick. And the weaker the systems, the easier people get sick. Now, if you look at those people who are depressed, or who are not depressed all the time, but let's say are closer to depression than other people who are mentally healthy, those people just need a small impulse, external impulse, to get them out of their mind balance and put them into depression. And rain is one of the factors. And you see lots of people into these countries, like Scandinavian countries and northern countries, or even England, where you get lots of rain, and Vancouver you get lots of rain. If you look at the statistics, and just if you have a curiosity, look where the depression pills sell the most. Yes, and of course you have to take in account the area that have industrialized pockets of, like, companies, big companies building stuff in the area, or industrial complexes in the area, because those are other factors that also influence the people to take depression medication or anti-stress medication. So let's say in Vancouver there are a couple of large industrial areas, and they also contribute to this medication. People taking depression, seeing the doctor for stress-related illnesses. Because I mentioned in different recording, there are lots of companies who treat employees like robots, and they try to squeeze every little energy out of those people's bodies and minds, and because they want to get numbers and get the customers and get the top of the customer market slice, they put that pressure all the way down to the workers, and people get pressure, and then get crap from the managers, and there is an attitude of spying on people, politics, because they can make those workers feel insignificant, so everyone is pushing harder. Otherwise they get replaced. They keep posting all the time, hiring ads in the newspapers, in the internet, that they need new people. So when you see those companies having openings all the time, run away, because that tells you it's going to be a stressful environment. Now, if you are one of those who are easily out of balance, like you get out of balance, mental balance, easily depressed, don't pick those jobs, because with the rain in Vancouver or countries like that, or cities like that, then it's very easy for you to get out of that balance and seek medical attention. So it's not a secret, it's kind of a common knowledge, common sense. If you get out of the house, you can enjoy a rainy day the way it is. Let's say you marry a guy only for the positive. If you do that, then sooner or later you will be disappointed, because nobody is perfect. And the same thing, if you move to Vancouver or you live in Vancouver, you will be disappointed that you won't get more than, let's say, 60% sunny days in a year. So you have to enjoy those other 40% or whatever number of days in a year, and you have to do something about that. Otherwise you get frustrated that, you know, the weather is not the way you like it. It's like the guy is not doing dishes, the guy leaves socks all over the place, or doesn't clean up after himself or something. You know, you have to do something about that. Learn to ignore, learn to do things together. And the same thing with the rain. You can do things together with the rain. Or ignore the rain or something and do something outside or inside. That let's say you get good protective gear, so you ignore the rain. You don't even know that there is rain. Just walk with a good protecting gear, some umbrellas or something. Keep warm, keep your hands warm, and the rain won't touch you. Same with when you deal with a bitchy woman, you know, it's like she might be good in bed, but you have to ignore her bitchy attitude. You have to, you know, don't take those to your heart. But let's say if it's rainy 90% of the time, and if you're not in tune with the rain, if there's not much you can do during the rainy times of the year, then you have to move, because you don't want to destroy your soul, your life, trying to deal with a geographical area that's not meant for you. Some people can deal with that. They have no problem. They have a genetic change, so they grew up in the area for generations, and they have this adaptation in the genetic code, and you know, they have no problem, like Eskimos. You know, you won't, myself, I won't be able to deal with cold weather 90% of the time, or 90% of the days in the year, like an Eskimo do. So that's the idea. Those people live there for generations, and they won't think, oh yeah, I have no choice, I wish to move somewhere else. No, it's built in their genetic code to love what they do, to love the lifestyle. You know, some people may be tempted to leave the area, but same thing with let's say life partner. If you can't get used to that attitude, or that attitude is not for you, you're not built to take that one. Probably you looked into, let's say, specification of that person, only what is convenient for you, when only what you like. And the same with people who move to Vancouver or to London. They look at those cities and say, yeah, that's cool, I like that, I love that. Or you can make this much money, oh yeah, that's cool, I love it. But they ignore, or didn't want to listen to those aspects that, you know, in Vancouver is high price, like market housing is very expensive, so I can't afford even the rent. It rains a lot. In some areas people are very competitive and very you know, not really pleasant in some areas. And if you don't like immigrants, also it's a factor. And yeah, that was my thoughts for the morning. And this is a building, 64 stories, so it goes all the way to 64th floor. 4 buildings like that, identical buildings. Is going to be occupied mostly by Asians, I can tell you that. This area is kind of for Asians who come with money from their countries, mostly China, and who can afford the asking price on this. It's kind of a central area, so everything is very expensive, and it's rainy outside, and those are workers on the, it's not an elevator, it's a special hoist, it's a special device. It's not pleasant to be in the rain this time of the day. So talk to you soon, bye bye.